So Joe, it's good to have you back in the studio. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Doing all right. Very good. So with the release of So and So, I thought we'd get together and go over a few questions. What is the meaning behind So and So?
Well, So and So I wrote it when I was about 16 in high school and started driving and all that good stuff. That's really when I started writing songs. And to start out, So and So was, it's a story about how you grow up and how you wish to grow up, and when you finally do, you kind of wish you had back what you had before you grew up. And the song has really evolved as I've gotten older. I'm married now with 2 kids, and it just kind of reminds you that life's going to continue to change, and it's really what the song reminds me of, is how life continues to change and how there's always something next. And that's kind of what So and So means to me. It's kind of the inspiration behind it.
I understand.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people have been asking about the harmonica. What was the inspiration behind that?
Yeah, so Tim Dixon, bass player, guitar player, singer, harmonica player, obviously. We've been playing this song together since we met at Alabama in 2010. Yeah, 2010. So we've been playing this song for a long time now, and we added this blues jam at the end in about 2011, and then something came up and I was just like, hey Tim, why don't you play harmonica on this blues jam? And of course he got all excited because he's got all these harmonicas that he wasn't using. So he was excited to do it, and it's normal to us. It's at the end of So and So, Tim and I, we are ready to hear a harmonica solo. So it's normal to us.
It's one of those songs that you just jam on at the end.
For sure,
you know?
for sure.
So what about the rest of the guys? How did you put together the group? How did you meet Kevin? And
It's funny how I met Kevin. I opened a show for this band in Arab about 3 years ago, and Kevin was there, and I got introduced to Kevin because the guy that introduced us said, "You should really meet Kevin. He plays drums. You guys might hit it off." And sure enough, he was right, and we've hit it off. And then. And he's been playing drums with me ever since. And like I said, Tim and I have been playing together for 5-6 years now. Met at Alabama. And Judson and I actually grew up a few houses from each other. And we were in a band for a few months in Tuscaloosa together, and then that didn't work out. And then we both moved back to this area, and now we've started playing together. And it just all kind of worked out. It just all fell into place.
So how would you describe your experience in the studio?
It's been beneficial for me, there's no doubt, because I kind of learned music on the fly. I just kind of learned a few chords, kind of learned how to play some songs. Never really was a tight musician, and Judson is a tight musician. He's very much technical. He likes to be technical. He likes it to sound good, and that's a good thing.
And Tim too.
Tim too, and Kevin too. They're all very technical musicians. So when we got together, there was some stuff I learned just from playing with them. So when we got in the studio and stuff's on the click track and I'm getting used to that, it's made us much tighter as a band, and we'll go stretches where we don't get to see each other that much. But when we get back together, it all works out pretty well because of our experience in the studio and just the experience these guys have playing as much as they've played.
One of my favorite things about your music, Joe, is the imagery. And especially in Dogwoods, where'd you get the inspiration?
I actually wrote Dogwoods sitting in my backyard and at the house I grew up in Arab. And it's just one of those songs, it reminds me of home. I just noticed pedals falling one day, and took it from there. I had the guitar riff written. It's just one of those things that wrote itself pretty much.
So when did you finish the song up?
Actually, we did the third verse here because we needed the third verse.
So you
kind
of on the spot?
Yeah, brought it to you, and you're like, yes, I like it a lot. I'm glad you liked it because it might be my favorite verse of the song, to be honest with you.
That is my favorite verse of the song for sure, especially when you see the music video,
right?
With the leaves falling and floating on a breeze,
Right, we only had the 2 verses, and I knew we needed one more, and so I got to work, and it worked out well. I liked the verse.
So how many songs would you say that you've written?
Oh man, I took a count a few days ago, in the neighborhood of 30, and there's songs that I remember from, back when that'll just hit me. I'll be like, oh yeah, I need to do that again. 16.
One thing I'm excited about is releasing Lights and Sounds.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's going to come out with the EP.
Yeah.
I think the EP title is going to be Dogwoods EP.
Mm-hmm.
And so tell us about that one. What was the process on writing that song?
Lights and Sounds is, as you know, is out of left field when it comes to what I've brought you guys before. It's really bluesy. It's got a different time signature than what most people are used to. We recorded it on an electric. I played an electric instead of acoustic. So
That Strat actually behind you right there.
right behind me. It's nothing but an electric song. It rocks. It's definitely a cool song, and we did that song in one take, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Pretty much
definitely.
one take, because we all just grooved to that song really well. The band.
That was one of the first times Tim had played the song, right?
Yeah, he'd never seen it before until that day, and it goes to how good of musicians those guys are, because we picked it up immediately, and there's a lot of people that already like it a lot, so I'm excited to get it out to.
It's really cool to see a song come together like that.
It is.
And I know we've got another song that we're going to record in November, Old Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us a little bit about that one?
Yeah, Old Jim. It's easy to tell what it's about. It's just about. I came up with a fictional character about a old guy somewhere in Alabama making moonshine and running from the law, because the imagery. You get that imagery in Alabama a lot, and I had that riff, that D riff that you'll hear in Old Jim, and I don't know. It sounded kind of bluegrassy to me, so it immediately made me think of old guys running moonshine. It really makes me think of Andy Griffith.
Oh, yeah?
So when I play the song, I'm picturing the stuff in black and white.
Okay.
We won't do it in black and white, but it reminds me of Andy Griffith. Yeah, the imagery.
I like that.
Yeah.
Never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you stopping by today.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks. I enjoyed it.